Okay, let's have a look at part A. We're asked to find the midpoint of the line between 2, 4, which is here, and 8, 2, which is here. Well, I think the best way to do this, it's actually fairly obvious it's going to be here, but let's have a look at it. I think the best way to do this is to do a similar technique that we used when we found the gradient. Okay, look, the rise here is the difference in the y values. So this is 4 and this is 2, so the difference, 1, 2, is 2. Similarly, along the horizontal, that's an x difference. We're climbing from 2 up to 8, so this is 6. Let's just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the midpoint will be half those journeys. So vertically, our midpoint will be here. We only drop down 1. And similarly, our x journey, which was 6, we only need to journey 3 to get to the midpoint. 1, 2, 3. So there is the midpoint. And the coordinates for this midpoint can be just read off. The x value is 5 and the y value is 3. And that's the answer. Okay, here's our next problem. I've put the two coordinates on the grid on the left here. And I think it's always a good idea to just form a right-angled triangle with the line. This triangle here. So once again, we need to find the vertical distance here and the horizontal distance here. Well, the x values are easy. We're climbing from -3 up to 1, which if you subtract those numbers is a difference of 4. And vertically, we're going down from 10 to -4. Well, it's a lot to count, so it's actually easier to calculate. So the drop from 10 to 0 is 10, and then we're dropping a further 4. So this distance is 14. So in x terms, we've got 1, subtract -3, and that gives you a value of 4. And in y terms, we end with -4, and we start from 10. And that equals -14. So we've got a positive value of x here and a negative value of y here. So we need to divide both of those two things by 2. So this turns into a positive journey of 2, and this turns into a negative journey of 7. So if we start from the point B, which has coordinates -3, 10, our x journey, we need to add 2 to 3, and our y journey, we need to add -7 to 10. So this is going to be the midpoint. Okay, -3 plus 2 will give us -1, and 10 take away 7 will be 3. Well, let's put that on the graph and see whether we're right. So -1, 3. So we think the midpoint is there by calculation. Let's see if we're right. Well, vertically we've got to drop 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, we're certainly right vertically. And horizontally, our total distance was 4. So we only need to travel 2. So 1, 2. And let's go up and yeah. So both by calculation and by examination of the triangle that we formed between the 2 points in the question, we found the midpoint to be here, which is -1, 3.